Am I the asshole for demolishing my daughter's room after she moved out?
Yikes.
Oof.
Yikes, yikes, yikes.
This person locked the comments. No new comments can be posted, so we know that this is going to
This
be.
is gonna be juicy. If it's even real. But, well, we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, that's true, because you never know with these.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Forbidden Temple. Ooh.
Forbidden Temple.
It's forbidden. I forbade it.
I wonder why. Alright,
Let's get right into this.
the content. My 18-year-old daughter Meg is in college. She moved in with her boyfriend a few months ago, which left her old bedroom empty.
Okay, so she went to college.
Okay.
Okay.
Um. Okay.
Come on, Angel.
Her bedroom used to be right next to our tiny living room. To make our tiny living room into a normal sized living room, we knocked out my daughter's room wall, refloored the space, and fixed the walls. Now it looks like the bedroom was never there, and we have a spacious living room. When my daughter came home to visit and saw that her room is gone, she made a huge deal about it. She got all emotional and said if we never wanted to let her move back, we should have just said so, instead of completely demolishing her room. I told her if anything happens and she needs to move back, we will welcome her, and she could sleep on the couch as long as she wants. But she accused us of wanting to get rid of her forever, and for her to never visit us since we got rid of her room so fast, only a few months after she moved out, and we should have waited longer.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, yeah. That's rough because I mean it is your house, but like that's also like I would be I would feel better if like there was another room that she could sleep in if she ever wanted to come back, or if like something happens financially wise because she's only 18,
Right.
right? So if something happens financially, she's not really going to have a place to go.
And what was the point about the boyfriend? She was living with her boyfriend?
She's living with the boyfriend. So if they break up,
Yeah, what's gonna happen if they break up?
mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't know anything about the boyfriend.
Right.
Like, we don't know how long that they've been dating. It's just like, oh yeah, it's my boyfriend. I'm gonna go live with him. Okay.
Yeah.
Something that.
Because like she's 18, she's in college. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think I oh, excuse me. I think they are kind of irresponsible for that.
Yeah, I think if anything, like they should have like told her outright, like, hey,
Right. This is what we're
you can
thinking.
go live with your boyfriend, but just know if you do, we have plans for your room, and that involves breaking it down, and we're probably going to make it part of the living room
Mm-hmm.
because right now the living room is not very spacious. We
Or
this is what we are thinking of doing.
or at the very least, maybe waiting until she is a little older.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
waiting until she's out of college, has more of a financial
Mm-hmm.
financially better situation.
Find out what's going on with the boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. And then kind of going from there. Because I mean, if you've lived with a tiny living room for that long, you can kind of live with one for a few more years, and then at least you're. Because I'm under the assumption I don't think that parenting stops right when a kid hits 18.
Oh hell no.
Like, you are a parent for life. And yes, she's 18. She's
Hell yeah.
living with someone else. But what happens if they break up? What happens if she drops out of college? What happens, you know? And
There's a lot of if ands or buts.
I'm not saying that they should like take the financial hit for their daughter, but I mean, that's your daughter.
Yeah.
But that's just how I would be like, and that's kind of how my mom was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was financially stable, and my room now has other things in it, which she told me about beforehand.
I got boomed, but I still got the score. I love
Good
it.
job.
Yeah.
But,
It's still.
it was still a conversation that we had.
Yeah, I think this guy is the asshole.
And I honestly tried to make her get a hot tub for my room, but, she wasn't.
That'd be nice.
I know. I was like, well, why don't, instead of you putting a desk in there, keeping the queen bed, just make it like a nice, like put a hot tub in there.
Right.
And she's like, there's carpet. That's not gonna work. But I tried.
A for effort. Effort results. Oh, I tried to get in there. All right. My bad. All right. What do you guys think? Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Other, not my gameplay. I know my gameplay shite.
Shice.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for asking my roommate to leave the room while crying over her breakup with her boyfriend so I could sleep?
Oh no. Probably. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Okay, so disclaimer. So I had when I was with my ex, I was in college.
Yeah.
And when that big breakup happened, I was still in the dorms at that point.
Oh, okay.
And it was a mess. I felt so bad because I was crying, and it was nighttime, and I ended up leaving so that she could have her
Cry session. Or she
No,
can have
I
her
was
sleep.
bawling.
You were crying. She was needed sleep.
Yeah, and I went to because it was late, and I went to the I didn't want to go outside because I was like, no.
Really cold.
No, I was worried that I was gonna get kidnapped.
Oh, okay.
It was on the street, but I went to the community room. There was no one in there. It was totally alone. And I was crying, and this poor lady, I scared the shit out of her. She went by I swear to God, she thought I was getting killed or sexually assaulted or something. Because she I could just hear it in her voice. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm fine. I'm great, thanks." And she was just like, "Well, do you need something?" And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, to be left alone.
Just go away.
But I was like, no, thanks. I'm great. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. She's like, all right, well, I'm down the hall. She gave me her room number. If you need something, let me know. I was just like, oh God, she seriously thought I just something really bad happened. Which to me at that point, I was like, this is awful. This sucks. But so I can kind of I guess
you can see this going bad.
Sympathize with the poor lady that's crying, but at the same time, girl just wants her sleep. And I identify that with that too, because I want my sleep. Although that being said, I fall asleep so fast and sleep like a rock, I probably wouldn't even be bothered if someone was crying. I'd just be passed out.
Yeah, right.
So anyways. So she says, sorry for the new account. My roommate knows my main. All names are fake for privacy purposes. Wonderful.
We love to see that.
Okay. I am a college freshman, and I opted to go for a random roommate. I matched with this girl, Donna, and so far we have gotten along pretty well. Donna has a boyfriend, Malcolm, who she's constantly on the phone with from the time she wakes up until the time she goes to sleep. A few weeks ago, I wanted to go to sleep early since I had an 8 a.m. midterm the next day. So she had a pretty big test that next day. I told Donna this in advance, and she said she'd be quiet. I fell asleep at about 9:30, However, at around 1 a.m., I woke up to the sound of Donna crying. Literally screaming like someone had just died. I immediately got out of bed and went over to her and asked her what's wrong, thinking something horrible had just happened. So did that woman outside of the community room. It took me a little bit to get it out of her, but she managed to tell me that Malcolm had just broken up with her over a text. Oh, that's not really nice. That's awful. That's the worst way. You're expecting something beautiful and nice, and then I'm done. We're over.
Yeah.
That's pretty shitty. I felt awful for her. No one deserves that, and spent a while trying to comfort her. But she wouldn't calm down at all. She just kept sobbing, and sobbing very loudly, which is very understandable since it was my understanding that they had been together for a while. Here's where I might be the asshole, though. Eventually, it started to get closer to 2:30 a.m., and Donna still wasn't calming down, but I needed my sleep since I had a midterm in 5 hours. So I suggested we both just go to sleep and revisit it later. She just looked at me like I was insane and asked if I really expected her to sleep, and then kept crying.
Kind of.
I knew it was unlikely she'd calm down anytime soon, so I very gently asked her if she could leave the room until she was able to calm down a bit so I could sleep. Again, Donna just looked at me like I was crazy and didn't say anything, just kept crying. I repeated to myself, again, being as nice. I repeated myself, again, being as nice as possible, that she could go to the bathroom or the laundry room to compose herself and come back when she was ready. Finally, she just got up without looking at me and stomped out, still crying. I just went back to sleep. When I woke up from my midterm, she was back in her bed and sleeping. But she's hardly said a word to me. Since then, she's hardly said a word to me. To note, I couldn't go to a friend's dorm to spend the night, since A, most of my friends live in dorms that are further away, and I didn't want to walk by myself in the city at night, understandable, and B, I wouldn't want to bother them on such short notice. However, I still feel terrible about what happened, since she was going through a lot, and I'd really appreciate outside perspectives.
Remind me, how did she say how long she was in her room sobbing?
An hour and a half.
I mean, my thing is, she told her in advance, "Hey, I have this big thing."
Ads are in progress.
Oh, well, that's not good. I'll give it. I'll give it.
Why weren't you watching?
I was too busy trying to kick ass.
You weren't kicking ass.
I was just ass kicking.
No, you were sucking.
Ass sucking.
Yes.
But you gotta eat the booty like groceries. Boom.
Here, let me do it.
You wanna play?
Yeah, for like a minute.
You gotta. R2 is to go. L2 is to back up. Circle gives you boost, and then X makes you jump.
Whee! Wee-hoo! Wait, oh, wrong one. Flip over.
You scored!
Oh!
Yeah!
Wow!
Look
Look at me! I'm a natural!
Nobody can touch you.
I'm a natural! Woo! Here, you're reading it. You're gonna answer it. I got this.
All right. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Ads are done. Okay.
Where'd it go? Oh, ball! Wait, no, wrong way.
You see that little arrow?
Yeah.
It shows you where the ball is.
I got this.
It points you in that direction. Okay, so
Is that my goal? Am I orange?
No, you're blue.
But I score for the orange?
You score in the orange goal.
Okay, I got this.
You are on defense. Yeah. Okay, anyways. So my Here's my thing. She told her roommate in advance, I have this big exam. I would
Oh.
really appreciate making sure that I can get enough sleep.
Yeah.
I can, like, just please be respectful.
Defense.
She did not, admittedly so, it was pretty, it sucks being broken up with. But she told her in advance, I need my sleep. Please let me get my sleep. It's important to me.
Yeah.
She did not abide by that
Yeah.
verbal agreement that they had.
Yeah.
And despite okay, yes,
Oh.
you just gotten broken up with. It sucks. It happens to all of us.
Jump!
I think
I blocked it.
you got it. I think that the bawling and crying for hours in her room, she could have done that anywhere else. She did that there.
Yeah.
And it's not like she didn't take the time to comfort her, despite her saying, "Hey, I need my sleep." She took that time out of her sleep schedule to comfort her.
Yeah.
She still wasn't having it.
Yeah.
She's still bawling and screaming and whatever. I don't think she's the asshole. I think
No, I think she could have went somewhere else because like I said, like in my situation, like I was like, this sucks for both parties. I'm not going to take anything out on, you know, her because it's not.
it's not her fault that her boyfriend broke up with her.
Yeah. Right. No.